Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Big Mike back here with you once again. And today, I'm bringing you a special predictions. Welcome to 2023, and we kick off this wrestling calendar with a pretty big show. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling's WrestleKingdom. Now, this is going to be streaming on New Japan World this Wednesday, the 4th. Over here on the East Coast at about 3 a.m. I'm definitely not staying up until 3 a.m. to catch it. I'll probably watch it once it's over on a replay, which should be easy enough. Card definitely looks awesome. Can't wait for it. Let's get into some predictions. So, first match is an exhibition match. I believe these two are a part of Stardom, in which I'm not super familiar with, so I apologize. We have Rio Oia, I hope I'm saying that right, taking on Bolin Oleg. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing those right. I think I'm going to go with Owada. I'm not familiar with these two at all. I do apologize. So that's match 1 of the pre-show. Match 2 is actually something kind of interesting. It is the New Japan Rambo, which is a battle royal that includes over-the-top rope pinfalls and submissions for eliminations. However, it is not for the King of Pro Wrestling trophy this year. It is instead for a challenger for the next day's New Year's Dash event for the first shot at the King of Pro Wrestling Championship. That's right. The King of Pro Wrestling is now a championship title, which I'm excited for. I believe Shingo Takagi has it. I think he's going to show up later on in the card. Participants are not currently announced, but I'm going to reach out and say Martin Kirby, just because. Next up is the Antonio Inoki. Well, this is going to be the first match on the main show. It's the Antonio Inoki Memorial 6-man tag. We lost Inoki middle of last year. Rest in peace, legend. And we got some pretty interesting names. We got, on one team, Yuji Nagata, Blue Thunder. King of Bread, the leader of Bread Club, Satoshi Kojima, and Togi Makabe. I do hope I'm pronouncing that right. And they are taking on the team of Tatsumi Fujinami, Minoru Suzuki, and Tiger Mask. Bunch of legends on both sides. I'm going to have to say Suzuki. Suzuki's team wins this. They have the bigger names, I think, and no offense to Nagata and Kojima. I love those two. Hopefully they come back to Impact one day, take another tour. And yeah, should be a fun 6-man. And we have our first title match of the evening. And it's for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships as the team of Catch-22, that's TJP and Francisco Akira, who are also a part of United Empire. We'll be talking about them a little bit, as they defend their titles against Gideon Gray. Oh, no, not Gideon Gray. He's in their corner. As they take on Lee Yo, that's Leo Rush and Yo, who won the Super Juniors Tag Team Tournament to earn the shot. I was hoping it would have been Chris Bay and Ace Austin. I think they deserved a shot, but yeah, Junior Tag League, that's what I mean. I think Catch-22 retains here. As much as I enjoy Leo Rush and Yo, there's no reason this duo should lose this title. Next match is actually for the IWGP Women's Championship. That's right. New Japan and Stardom are sharing this title. It is New Japan's first women's title. Although the company that owns New Japan also owns Stardom, so it's definitely an interesting crossover. Probably means on more New Japan shows we're going to see more women, which I'm all for. As we have champion Kairi, aka formerly known as Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, takes on Tam Nakano. I don't see Kairi losing this title here. However, she will get challenged by someone very interesting, someone who just became a free agent, Mercedes Varnado, formerly known as The Boss, Sasha Banks. That's right, Sasha has had a very interesting 2020, walking out on Raw along with Naomi, due to some booking she didn't agree with, and she walked out. Which, honestly, she just became a free agent, I think, yesterday. So this is going to be an interesting development, I think. And we could see that potentially on New Year's Dash. Fingers crossed. Maybe sometime in the near future, because I think Sasha is also going to be, I want to say it's Paige's partner. That's who I'm thinking of on AEW Dynamite, and this week actually. Ooh, that's going to be interesting actually. Yeah, that's definitely something to take a look at. Next up, we have the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the line. These are the heavyweight boys. We have FTR defending their last line of titles against Bishamon, aka Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. Goto and Hashi won the World Tag League this year, which was a lot of fun to watch. And like I said, this is the last set of tag team titles FTR has. To lose this year. They just lost their AAA tag titles to Dragon Lee and Jalisco, and there's that whole situation with Dragon Lee signing with WWE. They lost the Ring of Honor tag titles to the Briscoes at Final Battle. And I think we're going to see them lose the IWGP heavyweight titles here, ending the rock bottoming of losing all their tag titles. I do think eventually they're going to get one more shot at the AEW tag titles. Ultimately, I think it's going to be in a losing effort. And then I believe in the spring or the summer, their AEW contracts expire. So this could be interesting. I have heard Dax and Cash wanting to do a bit more of an indie run, take a break from TV, which that's on them. But then there's also rumors of them going back to WWE under their Triple H regime, which I wouldn't say no to. We'll see what happens in that situation. But yeah, I think this is the last titles FTR lose. Next up, we got the tournament final to crown the inaugural New Japan World Television Championship. As we have what could potentially be a very early Match of the Year candidate. We have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita. God, this is a tough one to call. I really enjoy Zack Sabre Jr. He's easily one of the best pure wrestlers out there. I think Ren Narita really needs something to stamp his ascension up the card. He's been a young boy for way too long. And I think this is step one to getting him into a bigger role. Now, here's an interesting little match. It is for the Never Openweight Championship as WWE contracted superstar Carl Anderson defends his title against Tama Tonga. Obviously, Anderson and Gallows kicked Tama Tonga and Tamaloa out of Bullet Club on Impact, which I'm surprised New Japan was okay with that. But yeah, it shows how much Scott D'Amore and his group stitched back together that relationship. And Carl Anderson and Gallows went back to WWE, with Gallows still holding the Never Openweight title, which, that's interesting. This is going to be an interesting one to call. But I think we're going to see Tama Tonga finally topple Carl Anderson. And then I think this is just going to be a one-time thing for Carl and Gallows. So they're going to be out of New Japan. So I think a new champion is needed and help rebuild Tama Tonga a little bit. I thought he should have won the G1. So that's how I feel. We'll talk about the G1 in like 2 minutes. Next up, another 6-man tag match, but it will be the final match of Kenji Muda in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, on Sunday, I'm sorry I didn't cover this. It's hard for me to find a place to watch it. Pro Wrestling Noah held a match between Muda and Shinsuke Nakamura, who is also another WWE contracted wrestler, as a part of Muda's retirement tour, which I think ends this February, which is going to be very interesting. I believe that's going to be on Fight TV, so that, look for that. One side, we have Kenji Muda. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi. We got the Shooter, Shuta Umino, taking on Los Ingo LIJ, which consists of Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, and Bushi. Man, this is a tough one to call. It does seem like Muda is putting over other talents on his way out. But I think here he would be a little bit more protected. So I think LIJ is going to get a pretty big win here. Next up, a fatal 4-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, as we have Taiji Ishimori defending against El Desperado, Hiromu Takahashi, and Master Wato. This is going to be a crazy 4-way match. All 4 guys are extremely good at what they do. I think this is going to be the crowning moment of El Desperado. He has been a fantastic junior, and I do believe he won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title at last year's WrestleKingdom. But I think that's okay. I think he needs a big moment like this in front of a pretty packed crowd. Next up, we have the IWGP United States title match. And another potential match of the year candidate, as we have Will Ospreay, the leader of the United Empire and the United States champion, taking on former AEW World Champion, former AEW Tag Team Champion, former AEW Trios Champion, the Cleaner, Kenny, by God, Omega, That's right, Kenny Omega making his New Japan return on the biggest stage possible in a match I think we all have been waiting for a long while. They did have a bit of a face-off in the trios tournament when United Empire took on the Elite, and we've wanted to see this ever since. And we are getting it. However, I'm going to say, as much as I would like to see Omega win this title, bring it back to the US, I think Ospreay's going to retain. I think it's going to be an incredible match, but this is Ospreay's world now. And finalamo, we have the IWGP World Heavyweight Title match, as we have Switchblade Jay White, the champion, defending against Kazuchika Okada. Okada won the G1 Climax tournament for, I think this is the third year in a row. And I think this would still be a really good match. However, I do not see Okada winning here. I believe he's won the last two world title matches at WrestleKingdom. I think it's Jay White's time. I would like to see him hold the title for a little bit longer and maybe lose it to a Will Ospreay or something. Just something a little bit more interesting than Okada again. Alright, that is it from me. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your predictions for this show. And also keep your eye on the channel in the coming months. There are definitely some plans going forward to improve the show, including potentially covering the weekly content. Not everything, but just my favorite matches, some segments that I could cover. I'm not going to cover everything. That'd take 10 hours tops. So look out for that. That's coming. And I hope you enjoy WrestleKingdom. We got Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill coming up. And of course, the very big one. End of the month, January 28th. It's Rumble time, baby. And I am excited. I hope you are too. Happy wrestling, everybody.